Most people spend their 20s buying things that make them look successful, then reach their 30s wondering why they still do not feel financially secure. They buy a newer car because their coworkers have one, upgrade their phone every year, fill an apartment with furniture they may not even keep, and spend thousands on clothes, subscriptions, delivery fees, and short-lived experiences. None of those purchases are automatically wrong, but they usually have one thing in common: the value disappears shortly after the money leaves your account. If you want wealth later, your 20s should not be about avoiding every enjoyable purchase. They should be about learning to recognize the difference between something that consumes your money and something that expands your future. A smart purchase either increases your income, lowers your long-term expenses, protects you from a major financial disaster, saves meaningful time, improves your health, or gives your money the ability to grow. The best part is that you do not need a six-figure salary to begin. You simply need to direct a portion of your money toward purchases that continue paying you long after you make them. Here are 7 smart things to buy in your 20s if you want to become wealthier later. The first smart thing to buy is a valuable skill. Your income is the engine that powers almost every other part of your financial life, and in your 20s, increasing the size of that engine can be more powerful than cutting another $10 from your grocery bill. Imagine 2 people who both earn $40,000 a year. The first person focuses entirely on saving and manages to cut expenses by $200 a month. The second person spends $1,000 on a course, certification, software program, or professional training that helps them qualify for a job paying $55,000. The first person saves $2,400 a year. The second person increases annual income by $15,000, and that increase may continue for years. This does not mean you should buy every online course advertised by someone standing next to a rented sports car. A skill is a good purchase only when it has a clear connection to real demand. Before spending money, look at job listings, freelance marketplaces, industry reports, and businesses already paying for that skill. Ask whether employers are actively hiring people who can do it, whether clients repeatedly need it, whether the skill can be demonstrated through a portfolio, and whether it can eventually be sold independently. Skills such as data analysis, sales, copywriting, video editing, software development, cybersecurity, accounting, project management, design, automation, and skilled trades can all become valuable, but the best choice depends on your strengths and the opportunities around you. You are not just buying information, you are buying the ability to solve a problem that someone else will pay to have solved. That may include books, training, professional software, coaching from a credible expert, exam fees, equipment, or even unpaid time to practice. If spending $500 helps you earn $5,000 more every year, the return can be enormous. In your 20s, you have decades to benefit from a higher earning level, which means the value of a useful skill can compound just like an investment. The second smart thing to buy is reliable equipment that helps you produce income. Many people will happily spend $1,200 on a phone they mainly use for social media, but hesitate to spend the same amount on a computer, camera, toolset, microphone, machine, or workspace that could help them create something valuable. The distinction is not the object itself. It is what the object allows you to do. A laptop can be a depreciating consumer purchase, or it can be the tool used to build websites, edit videos, manage clients, study for a certification, sell products, or run a business. A camera can sit unused in a closet, or it can produce paid work every weekend. A set of professional tools can look expensive at first, but if it allows an electrician, mechanic, technician, or contractor to work faster and accept better jobs, it may pay for itself many times over. The key is to buy equipment based on output, not excitement. Do not buy the most advanced version because you imagine becoming productive someday. First, develop the habit, prove that you will use the tool, and identify the limitation that is actually costing you money. Then upgrade when the purchase can improve speed, quality, reliability, or capacity. If your current computer crashes during paid projects, replacing it may be financially intelligent. If your current computer already handles everything you do and you simply want a brighter screen, the upgrade is probably a luxury. Wealthy thinking is not about always buying the cheapest option. It is about understanding total value. A cheap chair that causes back pain, a bargain laptop that fails after a year, or low-quality tools that constantly need replacing can be more expensive than buying a dependable product once. Buy equipment that is good enough to support serious work, maintain it properly, and use it until the economic reason for replacing it becomes stronger than the emotional reason. The third smart thing to buy is ownership in productive assets. Your 20s are one of the most powerful periods to begin investing because time can do much of the work for you. When you buy shares of a diversified index fund, you are not simply putting money into a digital account. You are buying small ownership stakes in real companies that sell products, earn profits, develop technology, employ people, and grow over time. The earlier you begin, the less money you may need to contribute later. Suppose you invest $300 a month beginning at age 25 and earn an average return of 7% a year. By age 65, you could have roughly $780,000. If you wait until age 35 to begin and invest the same $300 a month, you might end with roughly $360,000. Waiting 10 years does not reduce the result by only 10 years of contributions. It also removes 10 years of compounding from every dollar you could have invested earlier. Of course, investment returns are never guaranteed, markets fall, and some years can be painful. That is why the goal is not to guess which stock will explode next month. The goal is to buy diversified, low-cost assets consistently and hold them for a long time. In many countries, retirement accounts or tax-advantage investment accounts can make this even more powerful. If your employer offers a contribution match, taking full advantage of it may be one of the highest return financial decisions available to you. Someone who receives a 50% employer match is effectively getting an immediate 50% return on the matched portion before considering any market growth. Start with an amount you can sustain, even if it feels small. $50 invested automatically every payday is better than waiting 5 years for the perfect moment to invest $5,000. The habit matters because income often rises with age, and someone already accustomed to investing 10% can increase contributions much more easily than someone who has spent every raise. Do not think of investing as money disappearing from your checking account. Think of it as purchasing future income, future flexibility, and future freedom one share at a time. The fourth smart thing to buy is your health, while it is still relatively inexpensive to protect. In your 20s, your body may tolerate poor sleep, processed food, stress, alcohol, inactivity, and long hours in front of a screen. That can create the illusion that health requires no investment, but many expensive problems develop slowly, and the financial consequences can be enormous. Poor health can increase medical bills, reduce energy, damage concentration, limit job opportunities, and force you to take time away from work. You do not need luxury supplements, a fashionable fitness club, or expensive wellness gadgets. The smartest health purchases are often boring: nutritious food, basic exercise equipment, a supportive mattress, comfortable shoes, preventive dental care, regular medical checkups, proper vision correction, sunscreen, and treatment for small problems before they become major ones. If a $200 dental visit prevents a multi-thousand-dollar procedure later, that is a financial return. If a quality mattress improves your sleep for 8 years, it may affect thousands of workdays. If basic home exercise equipment helps you train consistently, it can provide more value than an unused annual gym membership. Mental health also belongs in this category. Therapy, counseling, or professional support can be a smart investment when anxiety, depression, trauma, addiction, or destructive patterns are damaging your relationships, career, or decision-making. People often separate health from money, but the two are closely connected. Your ability to earn, learn, take risks, and recover from setbacks depends heavily on your physical and mental condition. Protecting your health is not only about living longer, it is about preserving the energy and capacity required to build the life you want. The fifth smart thing to buy is dependable transportation, not impressive transportation. A car can either support your financial life or quietly destroy it. The danger is that vehicles are emotional purchases disguised as practical ones. A person earns their first decent salary, qualifies for financing, and convinces themselves that a $35,000 vehicle is a reward for working hard. Then the monthly payment, insurance, fuel, maintenance, registration, taxes, and depreciation begin consuming hundreds or even more than $1,000 every month. A car does not need to be old, ugly, or unreliable to be financially sensible. It simply needs to match the job it performs. Your vehicle should get you to work safely, allow you to handle your responsibilities, and avoid creating constant repair problems. Beyond that point, additional spending is usually buying comfort, status, performance, or appearance. Those things may be enjoyable, but they should be recognized as luxuries rather than necessities. In your 20s, the opportunity cost can be huge. An extra $400 a month spent on a vehicle instead of investments could represent hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost future wealth. A reliable used car, purchased after checking maintenance history and getting an independent inspection, can often provide most of the practical value at a much lower total cost. If you live somewhere with good public transportation, buying a transit pass, bicycle, or occasional car rental may be even smarter than owning a vehicle. On the other hand, transportation that expands your employment options can be an excellent purchase. If a dependable car allows you to accept a job paying $15,000 more, commute to training, serve clients, or operate a small business, the math changes. The point is not that cars are bad. The point is that transportation should be evaluated as a system. Calculate the complete monthly cost and compare it with the income, time, and flexibility the vehicle provides. Buy the transportation you need before buying the image you want. The sixth smart thing to buy is access to valuable people and opportunities. Many major improvements in income do not come from filling out another 100 online applications. They come from being recommended, introduced, trusted, noticed, or invited. That does not mean success depends entirely on knowing powerful people, and it does not mean you should pay for fake networking events where everyone is trying to sell something. It means proximity matters. A professional conference, industry membership, local business group, specialized workshop, co-working space, or trip to meet people in your field can produce opportunities that are difficult to access from home. The value is not the event itself. The value is in the relationships and information you gain. One conversation can lead to a client, job offer, business partner, mentor, supplier, or idea that changes your direction, but access only works when you prepare. Do not spend $2,000 traveling to a conference just to stand in the corner and collect free pens. Research the attendees, contact people in advance, prepare thoughtful questions, bring examples of your work, and follow up afterward. You can also buy access more cheaply through books, paid communities with credible members, professional associations, and small local events. Sometimes buying someone lunch and asking informed questions can teach you more than an expensive course. The important distinction is between paying for proximity and paying for promises. Be suspicious of groups that guarantee wealth, rely on constant upselling, or focus more on lifestyle marketing than measurable expertise. Good access places you near people doing real work. It allows you to observe standards, understand the language of the industry, discover hidden opportunities, and build a reputation over time. In your 20s, your network is still forming, so putting yourself in the right rooms can influence your career for decades. The seventh smart thing to buy is financial protection. Building wealth is not only about growing money, it is also about preventing one event from destroying years of progress. Young adults often avoid insurance, emergency savings, legal documents, and security measures because the benefit is invisible when nothing goes wrong. But that invisibility is exactly the point. Protection purchases do not make you richer on a normal day. They keep you from becoming much poorer on a terrible day. Start with an emergency fund. You are not technically buying a physical object, but you are purchasing the ability to handle a job loss, medical bill, urgent repair, family emergency, or unexpected move without turning immediately to high-interest debt. Even $1,000 can create breathing room, while 3 to 6 months of essential expenses can provide much stronger protection. Keep this money somewhere safe and accessible rather than chasing high returns. Insurance should also cover risks that could cause financial devastation. Depending on your situation, that may include health insurance, renter's insurance, disability coverage, vehicle insurance, professional liability insurance, or term life insurance if someone depends on your income. You do not need to insure every small inconvenience. In fact, buying expensive coverage for losses you could easily afford may be inefficient. Insurance is most valuable for events that are unlikely but financially catastrophic. Digital protection matters as well. A password manager, secure backups, two-factor authentication, identity monitoring, and basic cybersecurity practices can protect your bank accounts, business files, personal documents, and years of work. If you are self-employed, written contracts and occasional legal or accounting advice can prevent disputes that would cost far more later. Wealth is fragile when it depends on everything going perfectly. Protection gives your financial plan the ability to survive reality. These 7 purchases share one principle: they improve your future options. A useful skill gives you more ways to earn. Productive equipment gives you more capacity. Investments give you ownership. Health purchases protect your energy. Reliable transportation gives you mobility without unnecessary financial pressure. Access connects you to opportunities. Financial protection prevents setbacks from turning into disasters. None of this means you should spend your entire 20s preparing for age 60 and refuse to enjoy your life. You should travel, celebrate, eat good food, enjoy hobbies, and make memories. The goal is not to eliminate pleasure. The goal is to stop using every available dollar to buy temporary appearances. A simple rule can help. Before making a large purchase, ask what this item will do for you after the excitement fades. Will it still be producing value in 1 year? Could it increase your income, reduce your expenses, save time, improve your health, protect you from risk, or grow in value? What future opportunities are you giving up to buy it? A $500 purchase is not just $500. If that money were invested for 40 years at 7%, it could grow to roughly $7,500. That does not mean every $500 purchase is a mistake. It means the real price includes the future growth you surrender. Sometimes the experience or convenience is worth it. Sometimes it clearly is not. Your 20s are powerful because mistakes are still recoverable, time is on your side, and small decisions have decades to compound. You do not need to look rich during this period. You need to build the systems that may make you wealthy later. Buy knowledge before status, assets before appearances, reliability before luxury, and protection before disaster. The people who eventually gain financial freedom are not always the ones who earned the most in their 20s. They are often the ones who understood that every purchase was a vote for the kind of future they wanted. Spend enough on today to enjoy being alive, but keep buying pieces of tomorrow. That is how ordinary money decisions made in your 20s can become extraordinary wealth in the decades ahead.